Chapter 15, Starbright Ball. We're almost done. 4 years later, the kingdom was back the way it was. The buildings stood taller than they did before. On the night of the Starbright Ball, the sunset was breathtaking. The entire kingdom was silent. In fact, all of the 6 islands were silent, for everyone was at Alexis's castle. The castle was still under a little construction, but almost everything was restored. A bigger chandelier covered the ceiling of the entryway. The whole castle was still decorated in red and white. The Starbright Ball was held in the massive ballroom. A wonderful orchestra was playing and everyone danced professionally. Tables were set up every 5 feet. Austin and Alexis danced in the center of the room. The room sparkled with crystal glass. As the orchestra echoed throughout the whole castle, Austin and Alexis could never forget the adventure they had encountered just a few years ago. They danced together and chatted about their adventures. Later that night, Alexis got to award Austin for rescuing her. After the awards, she threw stardust to all the Starbrights. They cheered as they were restored. The room was brighter now with the shine of the stardust and brighter Starbrights. During the toasts, Austin made a toast to dinner. During the toasts, Austin made a toast to Tanya and her child, which never lived to see the light. Everyone sobbed a little bit after Austin's toast, especially Tanya's husband, Jeremiah, who exists. When the toasts reached him, Jeffrey Oxley stood up and raised his glass. To Queen Alana. She went through a rough time during her ruling over these spectacular islands. Because of her, these islands have always dug themselves out of the holes that they have been shoved into. With all the evil lords and wizards that have tried to take over these islands, but none of them have been victorious, for the rulers of these islands have been wonderful, he toasted. To Queen Alana, everyone cheered, and took a sip from the crystal goblets. Also, I need to toast to the wonderful princess who watches over us today, Princess Alexis. To my good fortune, me and Natalie were able to help raise this wonderful princess when the islands were in jeopardy. She is doing an excellent job, he recited. To Princess Alexis, the people of the islands cheered. Finally, I have to make a toast to my son. Although he is still learning his powers, he is definitely capable of carrying on our family tradition of defeating evil in the world, and I am filled with pride. Thank you, Austin. I love you. Mr. Oxley announced, tears running down his cheeks. To the great Austin Oxley! Jeffrey sat down and gave Natalie a kiss. After the ball and everyone was almost gone, Jeffrey, Natalie, Austin, and Alexis were sitting on the couches in the sitting room, reciting memories of their adventures of the past.